time to go viral. I'm homicidal, I'm killing all my rivals. I'm the man, shit, I put that on the Bible. I Spotify my target, cause you know I got the title. Hey, I'm a Mac too. I told baby shake that ass like she Apple. She said it's real, so she got my name tattooed. House full, so I hit it in the back room. Baby said she needed now, peep the urgency. I want a little Kim before she had the surgery. Leg spread on that hardcore poster. She love twerking, she just do it for the coach. Big dog, bull massive. 6 tray Chevrolet, I'm classic. All these niggas mad at me, that's tragic. The main bitch in the bed, that's graphic. Yeah, we about to go viral. Hey, we about to go.
Sure to know which one of you.
There we go. What's the deal? What's the deal, Viral Gang? What's happening with it? You got Shote in the house. You got Messiah who lead the way. The best way, the tree way. You already know what it is. Then we got the viralist, the one who's supposed to be fasting. But as you can tell, he's still eating good in the hood like he normally do.
The real big three.
And let me get him right. It's the Trey way.
Oh, my God.
Cuz said some crazy shit.
My bad, the Trey way.
It's the Trey way, homie.
I'm slipping like a wet flow, man. It's
short with the intro. I like it, man. I like it, man.
Hey,
We back with another one, man. And I feel like we're getting better at this content game, man, because I'm starting to get in my bag. Well, niggas already been in their bag, but it's starting to get a little more
easier.
Yeah, it's flowing like water.
It's effortless at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
And to show trying to call me out on the fasting, one, I did fast for 24 hours. But two, they say it's better to fast after a vacation rather than before. And I thought about that. I said, you know what, you're right.
Who is they?
Shout out ChatGPT. Round of applause.
AI is taking over.
Round of applause for the chat.
To the ChatGPT.
Because you know, after you fast and you eat, your stomach low-key reject everything. So I really thought about that.
You're supposed to only get it like when you break the fast. You already know you're supposed to do it
Eat
light.
Yep,
yeah,
fruit.
You're supposed to have some bone broth.
Yeah,
let that sit for like 30 minutes. Well, they say don't do fruit because it spike your insulin.
I guess.
Excuse me, your sugar levels are spiked.
Yeah, I heard, but that's what I normally do. I do the fruit, and I kind of naturally.
I do the fruit, and I gradually, maybe later depending what day that night, I eat a good meal.
Hey, bone broth, steak and eggs, baby.
Hey, let me ask you this though: when it comes to fasting, do you feel like fasting is like the fast track to enlightenment? No matter even if it's food or not.
I don't even. So for me, I don't think it's a fast track to enlightenment. I don't think you can necessarily speed up that process. I think you can exercise certain things, but I feel like most times everybody wake up on their own time, in my opinion. So I think it's one of the ways you do have to apply certain things. Well, in a sense, you're right, but I think applying different things, because you get a form of fasting that lets you reach more so on the spiritual side, depending on what you're fasting for, and it helps you discipline in a lot of areas that a lot of people have problems with. So I think that's more so a fasting, and the benefits of the health allows you to reach and open up certain things in your mind, not just your mind, but your body, and being more in tune with your inner self, or your higher self.
Speaking of waking up, when we gonna wake up to the fact that NFL's rigged, man? Did y'all see the Lions game? Did y'all see the Lions game?
We went from that to the. Come on, man.
He done tore up your topic.
Man. my bad. Do what you do. I gotta throw that in there.
He mad you started the topic.
Man, listen. All right, come on.
Because
I'm trying with the high power.
Hey, I'm trying to finish my meal before we get
You supposed to let him speak.
Bro, listen, I could listen. You know,
my bad. Go ahead.
I'm about to get up and walk like he did on this kid.
Right, yeah.
My bad. Go ahead. Do your thing.
No, real talk though. I was just more so, even if it's not even concerned with food, I felt like, just say we talk about cutting off social media or just like junk TV, whether it's like reality TV or anything like that. Once you start cutting that off and you realize you don't need it as much and you start operating without it, you realize how enlightened you are. Right. You know what I'm saying? You cut out all extra nonsense. So I feel like in a way, it may not fast track it, but it does kind of cut corners as far as dealing with negativity. I feel like it opens up a level of clarity in your life that you didn't have before.
You know what it does? It makes you dig deep and find out things about yourself, pause, that you never knew before.
You know what?
I saw it coming. It tests your willpower.
Yeah.
And it makes you realize, hey, I am more powerful than I thought, because people don't understand the power of food that has, like the control food has over people. Until you deny your body food for days and hours at a time, you don't understand that when you go on 24 hours and you all you can think about it's food,
yeah.
and you know, well, for the next 48 to 72 hours, I can't eat.
Right.
That's nigga. That is a struggle. If
And
you don't think so, try that.
it is
Test
the
yourself.
key point to what you just said is the willpower. Strength is the willpower. And being able to do that, it helps you in other areas in the sense of knowing like you resisting temptation to a lot of things. So it helps you in other areas and growing those spots. So I look at it in that sense. And it's no different, like I said, to go back to your point of that's one of the key forms of reaching certain enlightenment levels of mixing that in, the fasting, the meditations, the things being present. You know, a lot of people are not present in the moment. Most people are just stuck in their head constantly 24/7. And that allows you to have the mental battle to combat the desires and things in that sense.
Yeah.
If you can't control your appetite, bro, how can you go out here and conquer the world if you can't even conquer your appetite?
Well, you
Yeah.
kind of said something.
Even to go to what you saying, that's all truth into that. But for the most part, and I think people should challenge themselves to do that,
Yeah.
to be able to know you can do it. And not even just that. And then that gives you the strength in other areas that you weak in. But I understand it is a battle for people when you with the eating stuff.
I'm gonna say
People
this:
overeat.
even if it is a battle, just start with something small. Cut out sodas. Cut out juice. Just do it where you start doing the small things, then you can take the bigger steps. You gotta crawl before you walk. I'm not about to have somebody that ain't never intermittent fast a day in their life to go on a 72-hour fast. You know what I'm saying? I just tell them, hey, just don't drink coffee for or a sugary drink for a weekend. Do something like that. Just start off basic. Challenge yourself. And then you'll realize you'll get to a level of enlightenment where you ain't gonna really need it no more. Your body's gonna overcome it where it's like, I don't even want it. And then when you try that sugary drink 3 or 4 days later, you're gonna realize how sweet it is. You're gonna be like, ooh, what the hell?
The crazy thing is when you start focusing on like health seriously, like far as staying healthy versus just not when you get sick, you start to have a disdain for a lot of things that you used to like. A lot of things that you felt like you thought you needed, you start to look at it because you automatically thinking about your health first.
For sure.
You can go through the grocery store and see some shit, and that shit look like all disgust and diabetes and everything else. That's how I be
Man.
thinking, like, God damn. And I'm a person that like to eat. Indulge and like I eat like because I still eat honey buns with my oatmeal and shit. But I still look at certain stuff and be like, nah, I can't even do it. Like
So what's
the risk is not worth it.
So what's something that's hard for you to shake then as far as fasting? You would think honey buns is like one of your weak spots?
Nah, it's not a weak spot because I don't eat them often. But I'm just saying I understand I've been in that at that point where I felt like this is some things I needed. And then when you just discard it, like he said about the willpower and stuff like that, you don't even want it because your body is affected differently. You actually feel it the moment you start to eat things. He gonna go crazy.
Mine's is fried food. Mine's is fried food. I ain't about to lie.
I was
Mine's
gonna
is
say,
fried food, but
I was gonna
other than that,
say,
I'll be straight.
at this point, they say fasting is at the point where it's almost
necessity.
mandatory. It's a necessity. It's not really optional because of how much smog you ingest in a day. I know all y'all been seeing the radiation fog if you live in Cali. I know you've been seeing the radiation fog. Everybody out here, lungs is fucked up right now off of this. We'll talk about that too, because if you follow the plane flight patterns, it's right where the radiation fog is at. On top of that, all the microplastics you ingesting, all the fake food that you're not eating real food, fake vegetables, fake fruits, like almost
certain
everything.
stuff ain't in season. How does it still get year round?
Exactly. Seedless fruits, all type of that your body is ingesting. Your body needs to cleanse itself. The same way every so often your car got to go for an oil change, so does your body.
Exactly.
Same thing.
Yeah.
And when you fast, you eat that toxin about your system.
Nah, facts. And your digestive system needs a break. That's sometimes what people don't understand. A lot of problems come from this is like your second brain, your gut. So you have to get at a break and let it get a break and rest and get that recycling back in. So I think that's a big part of actually growing as you get older and you start to understand, like I said, a lot of things that nigga used to enjoy as far as when it came to food and stuff like that. Half the stuff I don't even be wanting to eat. Like you'd be like, what if it's not like a real home cooked meal, and
Yeah,
stuff
it don't
like
hit the
that,
same.
You like, I'm cool. My body
Yeah.
reacts immediately.
Nah,
Like
I feel you.
it don't wait.
I totally feel you on that. If it's not like home cook or like a higher end restaurant, it would be to the point like it was low key a waste of money.
Right.
But
Man.
even with your digestive system, like you kind of just said, going to bed at a certain hour helps. And then if you eating late, your body's not even getting a break because while you sleeping, your stomach is still operating.
Right. It's
And
it's overworking.
It's overworking.
Yeah.
And then what you do first thing in the morning, you typically have a sugary drink or have a coffee or whatever the case may be to spike you up. So your system is never getting a break.
And you know if your system bad, if your when you use the bathroom, nigga, and it's
look like
and
apple juice.
Not even just look like apple juice, nigga. It smell like
Man.
dog shit, nigga. Like
It smell like most of
exactly. When your shit that bad to where it's like your system is fucked.
Because when you fast, you don't smell your shit.
Right.
People won't
that's what
believe
I'm
it, but
getting
your
at.
shit
Yeah.
no longer has a smell after what, that second day, that third day?
That second day
Your
is a
shit has
mug, though.
no-
I ain't
no
gonna lie.
smell.
That second day, that headache be hitting. I don't know. That
The
groggy.
headaches usually catch me on that third day.
It catch me on
Like,
that second day. I kind of had that little groggy feeling, but then after that, I'll be straight.
2 causes for the headache. One, your body needs the salt levels is going down, the electrolytes and all that. So that's why you can drink salt and lemon within the water. That'll keep like the natural electrolytes so you won't get the headaches. Coffee also cures the headaches. But 2, I was watching this dude, like a professor scientist. He was saying that humans used to get dewormed. They were saying that all humans, we have parasites. And if you look up in history, humans used to actually deworm. And when you get those headaches, he was saying it was the parasites trying to force your body to eat because they're getting killed off and they need you to eat
they
to feed
screaming,
them.
yeah.
So he's saying they're literally pissing in your head to get you to eat, to cause your head to
So the
hurt.
more and more you starve them, they go fall off and die off.
Right, but
Right.
they're trying to make you eat by making your head hurt.
And people don't really understand. A lot of people do have a lot of living, like he said, worms in your body.
That's right.
And you'll be surprised. And they got a lot of stuff that you can take to detox that outside of just fasting. And you'll be surprised, like you said. And then when all that shit flush out your system, you like, damn, like that shit it's crazy work, but it take a lot of strength. I'm gonna tell you that. It ain't gonna be easy, but it'll be worth it for you.
No, for sure. For sure. Once you get there and you overcome it, it'll be something that you can flex on and you'll feel better, you'll look better. You know, you're doing your body a great service for that. But what you were saying about them Rams, though?
Super Bowl still.
Oh,
It's
bro,
just in the
no.
script.
Going back to it's scripted.
It's just in the script.
It's
I mean, did you
rigged.
see what happened to Detroit, bro?
I'm surprised you.
Did you see what happened to Detroit?
I'm surprised he ain't agreeing after what happened to y'all.
What, Tampa Bay?
Carolina cooked both.
No, first of all,
he was talking
stop
about
with
that
the
shit about the
cooking.
Rams getting
Oh,
cooked.
my God. All right.
Got their ass deep fried.
Hey, but you know what's crazy is deep fried we did get. We still got a chance to make the playoff. If we beat Miami and then beat them on the following week, we win and clutch the playoffs.
But even with that, do you really want to go to the playoffs with a team like that?
Not
I'd
even-
rather at that point, the way y'all starting to get cooked and going downhill, y'all start off at like 6-2. Y'all done lost y'all last 5 or 6.
But I gotta
games.
tell you, look,
But
Masai,
I'm saying, but once you get in the playoffs, this is not going to be no Eli Manning type of year where you
check
you
this
finna
out,
get the
Masai.
wild
You
card
just
and
asked
get
me.
in there.
I'm a real fan, bro. You just asked me a question. At the beginning of the season, I made a bet with Vegas that my team will win the division. So yes, for my pockets, I do want them to win the division because I put the odds on at the beginning of the season before any game happened. So yeah, I do want them to make it. Now
But for that reason only, I hope your team went out the division.
that's it.
But outside of that, it's like, well, I guess you made a division out the Super Bowl bet. He knew they were.
No. I
That's
just
how
knew
you
we was
know
going to win
our
our
his
division.
team ain't going.
Well,
we just go
listen.
get the division. We cool with that.
Hey, the way we was playing the first 5-6 weeks of the year, I was okay. We was looking good. After that, we felt, man. Listen, we
That's
fell
when-
off.
Hey, was that DK that punched the fan?
Man, DK punched him. Yeah.
DK, the fan tried to say, well, I only called him by his first name, but I seen Ocho Cinco on there talking about the fan said some racial slurs to him. So
Ooh.
he got what he got coming. And I don't think nothing should happen to DK. And
That
in
fan
my
should be
opinion-
banned for life too, as well. If he really did call him out of his name and it was a racial slur, he should be banned from all
And he
NFL
said, I think he
events.
said something about racial slurring about his mama or something like that. So of course, some people gonna react, and it is what it is. Like at that
But
point,
I think that's
DK.
fans
DK
want
Metcalf.
he want to be a part of the fans want to be a part of the game so much. You can by cheering and booing, but let's be real. These are still human beings. They still have human emotions. Keep it respectful. If it
Listen,
ain't about that game, keep it
I'm
respectful.
gonna keep it 100 though. DK, you the dumbest nigga in history, bro.
Why you
Why
say
for
that?
doing
You
that?
one of the dumbest niggas.
Why you say that?
Regardless of what he said, it was words. You're a professional athlete. Bro, you know the type of lawsuit he can get if you would have really did some damage by hitting him. Now, the punch, I don't even think really hit him. I think it just like grazed him.
Slapped or something.
Like he pushed him off, but it grazed by his face, but he had that long wig on, so it kind of looked like he punched him. But bro, what the fuck are you thinking? On national television with 1 million cameras and 1 million fans in the era of the lawsuit, you putting your career on the line?
But I think there's
By hitting
accountability.
up, because look, what if dude get hurt? Not only sue DK,
Sue the
sue the
stadium.
NFL.
But I'm saying, isn't there a
Your
liability?
career damn near
For him
cooked.
enticing him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No,
Like, I
nigga,
thought
not for words,
But no,
nigga.
well, when you buy a ticket to go to a game, they'll tell you like there are certain type of conduct codes that the fan you must abide by.
Yes, absolutely, but not for an NFL player to come clean your clock. That's why they got the security there.
But All right, what about that time?
That's lacking emotional intelligence, bro. That's lacking.
And I understand what you're saying. You got more to lose. Yeah, in that situation, DK got more to lose. But at some point, though, where does the line is drawn of respect of the game and then disrespect of a human? I mean, at some point, though, it has to be some type of boundary.
Well, hopefully that.
I agree, but that's why
hopefully
security
nothing
there.
happens. Some people, that's what.
Where's security?
Because if you the breadwinner, bro, you can't put your career on the line over a word.
DK was supposed to go tell security, like, hey, go check the fan.
If he felt that badly about it, or just walk the fuck away, nigga. It's a stadium full of 1,000 fans. You think they're not saying the craziest shit every night?
He probably was loaded and everything else. It is a stupid move to go after him, but it is what it is. If you can live with it, then that's your choice, and you feel good about it. You can call him what he want, but
bro,
it's not the right decision to make. But who's to say for him it wasn't?
He's an idiot, bro. Period. Like, I'm not giving him no pass, nigga. You hit the lottery for niggas, bro. Niggas in the hood, the dream is NBA, NFL. That was all of our dream. You about to throw that away over an emotional split-second moment because a man said a word to you. You let that fan have more control over you than you have over yourself. Well, he said a word, and he put the string and the battery in your back, and he did like this, and you reacted like a dumbass.
Man.
Nobody should have control over your emotions, bro.
But football's an emotional game, so he probably was hyped up, and I don't know, man. You know, I play football, so I understand the emotion. I'm not saying what he did was cool, but I understand the emotions that are going and your blood is flowing when, you know, that's a contact sport. So
he's a grown man, bro. So you gotta have that. That's like reacting like a woman almost.
Well, if we on DK Metcalf, let's get on the Lambs. Puka Nakua. He been in the media for the last 3 weeks doing dumb shit.
What'd he do that was dumb?
This nigga, for one, he did the Jewish stuff. Then they just fined him for talking too much because he got Twitter fingers. Now he just going out. They down there finna give him on a 3-game suspension. Yeah, Nakua gone, y'all cooked.
Yeah, for sure.
Matter of fact, they said
Devontae Adams out.
One recently subject to widespread speculation about a potential suspension from the NFL or the Los Angeles Rams due to controversial actions and comments made during a social media live stream and a subsequent tweet. Why? And this is one thing I'm tired of what the players is doing. The NBA, NFL, they need to stop letting these niggas go home and start getting right on the podcast. That shouldn't be, them niggas shouldn't be able to podcast after the season.
But what if it's like stream? Because some of those be like networking deals, like NBC and all that stuff. So they be having to like talk to them as far as contract wise.
What you mean?
He's talking about just like with the streaming.
Oh,
like,
you talking about just like a
they go back like this because that's one of the things how he got backdoored over the weirdo Aiden Ross.
Let's be
you
real
know what
though.
I'm saying? And that wasn't even the cool fault. And I'm gonna keep it G on that. Ross did some BS. They set him up, and it's clear as day. But then the Aiden Ross community don't get no flack on that. Like Nakua shouldn't even have been in the hot seat for that, in my opinion. He out there streaming, having fun. You got him throwing up signs and doing things he not aware about. And this is why you got to be careful of the people you allow in your life. You never know why they came, what type of energy they bringing. They probably could be hating on the Rams on some other stuff like, hey, go get Nakua, go throw his game off.
And what's crazy is Nakua got in the hot seat, but not Aiden. And Aiden the one that told him to do it. And Nakua told him, man, I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, he
and just think about how crazy what it was. That would be like somebody crip walking, and we'd be like, oh, that's anti. Boy, I ain't gonna say crip walking, but what's a derogatory dance towards blacks? Like what would be a dance that we would take offensive or something? I couldn't even think of one. That's how crazy it is. It wasn't even really a dance. It was like an emote. Like the kids call it the emotes.
He threw up some fingers or something, didn't he?
I ain't gonna do it because they're gonna hit us with it. But
do it. I'm just saying he did like.
Oh, what about somebody hit you with the?
No, it was the greedy shit. Like you know how they say they're greedy.
Signals.
No, it wasn't even the hand signals. It was like
when they be eating like that.
No, we talking about on the stream. Watch, I'll pull up Puka Nakua, Aiden Ross dance so you can show him. But basically, like I say all the time, the Jews ain't playing no games. You say anything about them, do anything offensive that they deem offensive, you're cooked. Even if one of their own makes you do it or tricks you into doing it. Aiden knew what the fuck he was doing. So Aiden should have been in the hot seat because Aiden, you're Jewish yourself. So why would you set him up to disrespect, quote unquote, your community? And you knew what the ramifications was going to be. And then you tell him to do it on national TV in the game?
Oh, see,
what was your motive behind that?
And what's crazy, it's a Jewish dance, right? So.
No, it's like a disrespectful
I wouldn't
towards them. It's
not, I didn't even know.
It's not a dance. It's something disrespectful towards them.
I'm going to keep it G with you. I didn't even know that was disrespectful. I thought he was doing something silly. You know what I'm saying? But ignorant is bliss, though, unfortunately.
Aiden did it first. That's what's crazy. And taught him how to do it.
Aiden's
So why
Jewish.
wouldn't they mad at him?
What ethnicity is Puka? Is he like I know he's
like
Pacific
Islander or
Islander. Yeah, I
something.
know he like Pacific, but so I'm assuming he doesn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
And the cool out here about to down there break records. They trying to sabotage his career. He down there leading all receivers and almost everything at his age.
hey, you brought up.
And then
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna just go. You go first. I was about to segue for a second. No, go ahead, because you gonna Puka.
Yeah, because one, he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do it with malicious intent. He didn't even know what the fuck he was doing. Two, it's on film that Aiden coerced him into doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was like, okay, what is this? Yeah, do this on TV. So Aiden should have been in the hot seat. They forced Puka to apologize, which he did. He had went and did some tweets. Do you got the tweets?
Nah, I don't got the tweets, but it's crazy that the NFL fined him for that.
Wow, damn.
And
Come on, bro.
the
Like,
NFL.
come on, you know why they fined him. Like, let's stop playing.
I know. I'm just saying it's crazy. I got to speak on it. They got him pocket. Everybody don't know why they fined him. NFL fines Puka Nacua for officiating comments, the first discipline on gesture. The Pro Bowl wide receiver says he had no idea the gesture he made on Aiden Ross live stream was anti-Semitic.
I didn't. Damn, that's wild.
No, what was read the other tweet that he actually made?
This ain't.
Oh, all right, but
Well,
y'all can look the tweet up. I will pull it up, but
I was gonna ask you though, because you said DK hit the lottery, and right now the Powerball is at 1.6 billion, right? So I got a couple questions to ask y'all. Do y'all play the Powerball? And if y'all did, hit it. If y'all play it, would y'all want the annuity or y'all want that cash up front, that lump sum off the rip?
It depends on how much the annuity is, because if you make $1 billion out here in California, you're not getting $1 billion. They're for sure taking
half for sure. The state go take half, but that's
55% off.
You getting whooped. You just seen the dude that just beat what was that
Jake Paul.
Oh, that was Jake Paul or Andrew Tate? Who got the
No,
90%?
you
No, he
Anthony
beat Jake
Joshua.
Paul. He had to pay taxes to the U.S. and the UK.
Yeah, he didn't get no bread. He got bread, but not 93 million.
Yeah, I think out of the 90 million, he took home like 40.
Yeah, that's wild.
I mean,
I'm gonna say I play when it's at the billion because it's just like something fun to do. I don't even really play with the thought of
10
I'm winning. Probably should, but
Right.
I got my own suspicions about the lottery. I done seen a lot of rabbit hole videos where they talking about only the
old Puerto Rican.
only people part of the system wins.
Wins.
Because like nobody ever met a $1 billion lottery winner. They get the money off the taxes, and then by the time you divvy up and tally up how much money people spend on lottery tickets a day, that billion probably ain't even a fraction of what they make. So it's almost like a racket in a sense. You know what I'm saying? But if I was to win, hypothetically, I'm taking a lump sum. I'm not taking no payments. They're going to fuck around, find a loophole somewhere on that next payment. Nope, not risking it. Plus $1 billion, that's enough money to where even if you hit me with the taxes, that's still enough money to last a lifetime.
I agree with you. I'm not going to take the annuity. I'm going to take the lump sum up front just because life is not promised tomorrow. Anything can happen. And then once that word get out, once you sign that ticket to claim it, it may be public knowledge. Now, you know what I'm saying? You getting hit.
I think you can disclose it. I actually
no, I don't think so.
No, they put it up in the they put it publicly, but if you go get the winnings, you can like put a disguise on. That's why people be having the gorilla mask and shit like that.
Yeah, and which
your name is out there
again,
though.
which I would do though, because then at that point, once you get the money, you can start moving different. You ain't got to live the same lifestyle. You can pick up and move at that point. You dig what I'm saying? But at that point, you don't want your personal information out there because now you gonna have so many begging ass cousins, friends, family, whatever the case may be, coming at you with that.
I actually know somebody whose family member hit the lottery.
How much?
I ain't gonna speak on it. It wasn't no billions or nothing like that.
Oh, okay.
Maybe like the hundreds of thousands or.
That's still cool. Pay some bills.
I think like $1 million and something, like $1 million and some change. But
that's still cool.
Outside of that, nah, for sure that's straight. But it's just like, and I never recalled them actually having to put themselves out there, probably because it wasn't that much money. As the $1 billion
I think all lottery winners, your name is made public.
In the document.
It's part of winning. It's made publicly, but you don't have to go get your winnings and show your face publicly. You can disguise yourself. But there was a young girl who just hit for $1 million and she took the payments, which I think that's probably smart for younger. Right. One, she's young. Two, $1 million is not enough to retire with anyways. And if you get slashed 55% on that, you only taking home what, 400-something thousand? You can't even buy a house with that. So to get the weekly payments from $1 million on top of whatever you doing out here, business, career-wise, that gives you leeway to take more gambles, invest money, and just be comfortable because you know, okay, if I try to open this business up with my money I'm making from my job or whatever, I got a guarantee if I slip and fall every week. So I think that was a smart decision.
And that's a good look in the sense of people can't necessarily leash their way they want to. Yeah, I hit the lotto, but I'm only getting X amount of money. So don't be expecting you thinking you finna get bread out of me every week. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still taking a lump sum at this age. And let me ask you this then. What's the number that will put you in a retirement? So if you win, like, just say 10 million, is that enough money for y'all to retire, or y'all need
You're
more?
not necessarily retiring. You're retiring from the slave. But
I'm talking about from the rat race. I'm talking about as far as the rat race.
Retiring from the slave, but that's gonna open up everything else for you to be creative and explore other avenues in your life. Now, I think life really gets to begin because you had the freedom to do what you want with your time in your life, and you create things that you want to do. How you supposed to live? You got to think it's crazy that we get here. You get put on this earth and this body with nothing, and now you got a slave for the rest of your life. But they just made this up. What was people doing before they actually created jobs and stuff?
Yeah, I don't
barter system, things like that.
I don't think 10 million
What would be
is enough to retire, but it also depends on your lifestyle, how you live. I know in California for a fact that's not enough. You could fuck around and blow 10 million in a year in California. So
being responsible
it's
too.
totally right. Being responsible.
You can't
be responsible. You ain't blowing no 10 million.
Yes, you are. In Cali, you can.
Doing what?
No,
I didn't say you
can.
can't. But if you're responsible, you're not blowing that.
Well, I'm saying I'm not gonna say blow it, but you can run through it. You can run through a lot.
Yeah, you definitely can run through
You can
it.
buy in a house.
I think if you're gonna be one of the people to go spend $5 million on a house and go buy a Lambo and everything,
No.
you're cooked.
Not
But
even buy a $5 million.
this the
You can
thing.
just buy like a $800,000 or $1 million home and still pay it off.
We got to be realistic about that too. If you hit for 10, bro, it's $1 million homes where I live at. Every house on my block is $1 million. And if I hit the lotto, I'm not living on my block no more. So you're gonna want to live somewhere with a lot more security around other people who have a lot more money. Them houses are gonna run 3, 4, 5 million.
Then the maintenance and the tax
into
on
that.
it.
Plus the yard fees.
Are you
and all
buying?
of that.
Are y'all buying a whole house once you hit for that?
I am. But I'm moving. I will still. I'm gonna pay off my house and then I'm moving.
I'm gonna keep it G. I don't know if I would outright buy, because I would probably go buy a unit and get some passive income, because anytime you buying where you live at, you taking a loss. That's not an investment. That's like a.
Well, I mean, I can still rent that
like
out or turn it into something though.
It's not a damn, the word is leaving my mind.
It's not an asset.
It's not an asset, it's a liability, because assets pay you, right? So if I got an asset, it's paying me weekly, daily, monthly. Now I know a house gets equity, but then that equity doesn't matter until you sell it.
Well,
and then it doesn't matter until you're in the green. Once you buy that house, you in the red. So you're not really necessarily building any equity for the first decade of that house. You paying taxes.
Well, I'm saying if you buy it off the rip though, then you're going to eventually get that equity because you're going to cut down on that loan you just paid for. And on top of that as well, yeah, you may not have the extra units like you are if you're buying like a dwelling or a complex or a duplex or whatever the case may be. But a single home will still make assets once you got a renters in it. Now, when you don't get the money once somebody moves out.
Not?
Keyword was renters though.
But why not
Renters or
why not
business?
Why go straight just because you got the money and just feel like you got to go buy a house? Why not take the Dave Chappelle route? You know what I'm saying?
Buy a community?
Yeah, start doing
That'd be cool too.
Start doing things where you eventually, maybe in 3 to 5 years, you go get those homes and be in a more of a comfort space.
Yeah, I think I might lease, because number one, with that much money, you're gonna be doing a lot more traveling.
I'll be leasing cars. I wouldn't buy cars.
To me, you're gonna be doing a lot more traveling, especially if you're opening up businesses. You're gonna want to open up a business down south. You're gonna try to open up a business on the East Coast. You're gonna want to open up a business out the country. So that's gonna require you to move around a lot more. Once you buy a house, you are stationary. You are stuck there at that house, especially if you work a 9 to 5. You can't just up and go. And then you gotta, let's say, okay, you do move and you want to get renters in. Well, now, if you don't got no renters in for 3, 4, 5 months, you still got to cover that mortgage.
You can still go through a management property company though and pay them. They can handle all that business for you.
Yeah, for
You know
sure.
what
It's
I'm
all
saying?
done in different ways, but I just think automatically going and dumping a large majority of your funds on a house to live in may not be the best.
No, I don't say it's the best thing.
May
but
not be the best thing to do.
But
you know
I
what
will
I'm
say
saying?
buying some type of property is cool. Like owning, I think we're saying the same thing. Ownership. Just find some type of ownership where you can start having assets.
Nah, you rather run through your 10 mil.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not at all.
The main thing,
I'm low maintenance,
like
bro.
you said, I might fly somewhere remote, go really I can't even say nothing around this nigga viral no more. Go.
There's a pause
Nah,
word.
I was gonna say I'm gonna go somewhere remote, enjoy myself, soak it all up. I know, and then I'm gonna start planning for the next decades ahead. Now, like you said, I'm gonna start to get to a point where now let me strategize and start really getting to a point where I need to invest. How can I make this money, make more money, and start getting them avenues that way? And then when I look up, okay, now I done earned that house I needed, not just based off the flip. I feel like once you go that way and take that route and make that money more money, it's gonna be better than just blowing it in the sense of, because it's down there instant gratification at that point. Even though the money is instant gratification, but I think it'll be more appreciative of having that house once you earned it in that way.
Well, I was saying, I'm not going to say the word blow it, but if you already have it and you're just paying off I think it's a form of paying off your debt. Because my thing is this, once you get that type of money and you start paying off that debt, you don't have to worry about owing anyone else. Now, at this point, everything else is a win. That's how I'm looking at it. So
you always own the bank because you got property taxes.
Well,
so
I'm saying as far as but property taxes come, you can either do it twice a year or once a year, but it's going to still be like a annual thing that you got to pay. It's not going to be like a monthly cost. Like
that's the way I start looking at it, because we go, well, I own the house, and then really you don't, because if you don't pay that property tax, the house is gone. So it's the illusion of ownership. You're still leasing your house. You're leasing it from the bank for a cheaper price, right? That property tax is probably going to be cheaper than paying your mortgage.
The mortgage, yeah.
For 12 months out of the year. But realistically, you still don't own it. You don't even own the land that is owned. So
no, you don't. But
it's kind of like a mindset thing. We think we own it, but we really don't. That's why I said I don't know if I would necessarily go buy a home just to live in. I might go find a fly-ass compound, lease that out, had a fam living there, and then use the rest of the money to invest, open up whatever businesses I want. So all the passive income I'm getting never drops me under that 10 that I won. Because that's the key. It's staying above the 10 you won. You want to take that 10, turn that into 20, and make sure you never drop back under that 10. Now you living. Now you retired. Now you Gucci.
Well, the game is, I've always
Gucci.
I read this. I read about this. When you get that type of money, you don't necessarily have to use your own money. What you can start doing is borrow money from the bank, use that money to invest, because any money off of that can't get taxed. Even if you lose money or win money or get money, you can use that as far as like, hey, this is my business. I didn't make any profit over this because it's invested in this business. Then you continue to get more loans out if your business become more successful, because now at this point, you can use that money, that second loan, as far as pocket money, because now you have assets and you're never touching your own money, your own liquid form of cash.
Yeah, you playing the rich man game. You doing what the Trump and them is doing. They get the businesses, get all of the earnings that they could, and the business failed and foreclosed that. It wasn't in my name anyway. I mean, bankrupt, excuse me. It wasn't in my name anyways, right?
Exactly.
Go get another one.
Go get another one, and then you still got your liquid cash and all that type of stuff like that, where you can still live, and you can put it chapter 14 or chapter 13, whatever it's called. You can put that on the bank, and then again, you still got your lifestyle to live off of.
Because that's something we really got to look in. What the fuck is property tax, and why are we paying it? If I get a loan for 30 years and I pay it off, whether I pay it off in half
or
the
50
time,
years like Trump's.
Right. If I pay it in half the time or the 30 years, why do I still now owe property taxes? This should be mine outright. But it's not, because if you don't pay it, your house is gone. So how do you call yourself a home owner if you don't own the home? We really got to think about that. We don't own a home. We don't own the cars. You don't register that car. That car cooked.
Oh yeah, registration each year.
You know what I'm saying? So
you got to get a non-operating tag on that thing,
bro. Everything that we got is really a lease.
Yeah,
we're leasing to the government per se. They're the owners. So I want to play that game, because I see a lot of people saying, I don't have nothing in my name, because if I need to get up and just go, I'm gone. I ain't got nothing tying me down.
For sure. That's the expensive rat race where you think you're living good. You're just basically a rich rat race, because you got the home, you got the car, but you still have to maintain that lifestyle. So you're not going to quit your job. Like you said, you can't just get up and go because you got all this tied down to your name.
Right. Like even having home equity. Equity is cool, but understand it's still a loan once you take it out. You still owe that money.
And equity don't always stay there, because if the house market crash, the equity is gone.
Equity is gone.
It goes with the market.
And if you don't utilize that to build more money up, to pay that loan back and come with a profit, then there was no point for you having it.
Refinancing your house to make your house better so it can be worth more when you do sell it. I mean, it's all about, like you said, it's all about how you use it.
And even that's crazy. I own this home, but I got to get permits to build on it.
That's
like if I
crazy,
build on it
yeah.
and I
You
make
wanna
the
do-
home better, y'all won't count this towards the price of the home. But if I lose the home, you're gonna count that if
Or-
you sell it.
And if you put an ADI, additional dwelling unit on in the back or something like that,
Yeah, the
you gotta
ADUs,
yeah. You gotta get a permit for that.
That's what I mean. But
That's
this is supposed to be
wild.
my house.
And this
though.
is my house. And to get a permit for that is crazy.
They don't care about none of that. They like you said, they gonna come get it once you give it up. But I had a question for y'all. I thought about when I was talking about the sensitivity stuff when we was talking about Dave Chappelle. Do y'all think people are becoming more sensitive or more manipulated in a sense with social media and stuff like that? Because we see a lot of trauma language, we see a lot of victim identity, we see a lot of more so like social reinforcement in a sense. Like they're molding us in a certain direction, I believe. Because most of the conversation you see is a lot of people trauma spewing out online, a lot of things that people don't know how to deal with. Do y'all think it's the sensitivity or they're just being manipulated by the masses to go in a certain direction?
I think it's a level of sensitivity. Everybody's playing victim. Everybody wants to yell out, poor me, poor me, poor me. Victim shaming themselves or their race or their ethnicity or their LGBTQ, whatever the case may be, is always like, my life is more in shambles. Our group of people is more in shambles than the next.
It's like the victim Olympics.
Yeah, it's the
Everybody
victim-
want to
yeah,
be the biggest victim.
Everybody's
But I
victimizing.
think that's the coding in society right now. Is everybody's becoming a victim so much, and to me, it all tied back to eliminating free speech. Because if everything I say offends you, well, let's
What can we
stop
say?
saying everything that offends everybody. Let's all be one happy people, and let's not offend each other. Okay, well, essentially, you're saying we can't even fucking talk.
Right. That's facts. And I just look at it like this because, we do a lot of tapping in and reading different things or just studying different things and studying yourself in a sense. And it's like, I say all the time, energy flows where attention goes. So it's necessarily, in a sense, what I'm getting at is that the more we have these conversations on these negativity things, not negativity wise, it's cool to speak from your experiences and stuff like that. But a lot of people relive certain situations or they bring certain situations because this is where your energy and everything that you focus on, you're attracting. So it's like you walking in circles about conversations about the same thing, about what somebody did to you 10 years ago. You still focus on that.
reliving
Or
that.
You just, everything that comes out of your mouth at a point, you only focus on the negative out of any situation. So it's like you so pessimistic, you're creating more experiences of pessimistic stuff. It gets to a point where the world is like, if it was a genie and it's like, oh, this is what you want, order delivered.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? So that's where I think people need to have awareness and get to a point where we talk about being delusional and only focus on that. Like when people come with that negative stuff, I don't even want to hear, and you get to, or even what you speak out of your own mouth and you speak more life into yourself and life into other people because you think you harming somebody else and you harming yourself because it's going to come back around at some point.
And understand, focusing on what you don't want, the world gonna give you that too. Like you just said, most people think, okay, if I think about what I don't want, I'll avoid it. No, the world gonna find a way to give it to you. And I got to a point where I like when people say you delusional because that means I'm dreaming or I'm thinking outside of the box and I'm thinking bigger on a bigger scale than they are, to the point where they can't even fathom me accomplishing what I'm saying I'm gonna accomplish. Or, oh, you think you this person, you delusional, you ain't. Okay, cool. It's like they say, what they say, you tell God a dream and then he laugh. It's like you want to tell God that dream where he like, damn, okay, you need to go handle that. That's a good one. You know, if you ain't, if you ain't delusional in yourself, I don't think you're gonna be able to muster up enough to accomplish nothing. Because Michael Jackson said, I'm gonna be the most famous month in the world when he was nobody, wrote it down. Right. He was that confident. If somebody would have just knew Michael before he was Michael and came across his journal and read that, this ain't out his motherfucking mind. He got his damn brain.
You know what I'm saying? And one of the key components I noticed is that as the more you get older, you lose a sense of imagination. And if you can't even imagine yourself doing certain things outside or what's bigger than you can never go nowhere. You're gonna be stuck as far as you can imagine. This is why they tell you when you think about it, dream big. Think bigger than what you thinking. You know what I'm saying? And even as big as you think, just imagine, like you said, what God can do. He's going to make that even more imaginable than what you can even thought where it can go. So I think that's one of the key components people got to get back to, because when you go back to stuff, the things that you want, you think about it first. The people that want them J's, they thought when they seen them J's, they imagined them getting them and went to the store and got them. The only difference was you didn't dream bigger than whatever else you wanted. Right. Yeah, exactly.
Right, because the J's to you was attainable. Right. And you knew you could get
Your belief in the J's, you knew you was going to get them, regardless of when you got them, but you believed that you could. And I think that works with everything else. It's going to it's gonna be a package, but it might take a little longer. But if you think about your life in a way, it started adding up. A lot of things you imagine, whether they was good or bad. If you was a person, think about, and I hate to use this as an example, but that's what I come from. When I did a lot of crime when I was younger, at a point you never thought you can get caught. And then the more you do, at a point, sometimes you start to get a little planted seed of, damn, that shit almost went bad. So next time you aware that it can go bad, and eventually you know it's gonna go bad. So not saying that you knew, but it happened. Like it caught up with you.
With the pessimistic thing you brought up, I'm glad you said. Robert Greene, law number 10, the infected. Avoid the unlucky and happy. Avoiding people who bring constant drama, negativity, and self-created misfortune. So if you are a positive person, if you do got dream bigs, you got to watch out the company you keep, because that will drain your energy. Because they don't see you being successful, they go like, oh, nigga, what you mean? You go do this, you go do that. Nah, bro, because they don't see that in themselves. So you got to avoid that. So sometimes you got to keep your success or your dreams to yourself until you make it there.
Avoid the unlucky. If you unlucky, stay the fuck away from me. I don't want to be nowhere around you. Oh, man, everything just always go bad. It's always that one person. Then don't nothing go right. A word? For sure. And stay the fuck away from me. I know, get the fuck away from me. I'm going to throw some holy water on you, something. But
no, for sure.
I done had to cut homies off, homegirls off, all that. Because like, damn, every time my phone ring, something always going wrong with you. It's never nothing going right. Every conversation, something going wrong.
And most of those stem from, they correlate. Like happy people, they equate with love, you know what I mean? Right. Joy,
higher frequency,
sunshine. Yep. Yeah, exactly. So they attract a lot of good circumstances. You enjoy being around them. Then like you said, the unlucky, that they're more so unhappy, mad at life, feel like the world and did everything to them instead of for them. So you have to be aware of those type of things. No matter how long you knew somebody, that could be the barrier or the block that's keeping you drugged through the mud in a sense. So
seniority of a friendship doesn't make it a friendship. You know what I'm saying? Just because you knew somebody for a long time don't mean y'all have to say friends. Y'all can just be associates, just keep in touch periodically. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to be your day one at that point just because you knew somebody for a long time. They're not offering or bringing anything more to your life. You don't necessarily have to be cool with them. It's just more,
you got people out here, you might not even know that they that miserable, what they're going through, what they've been through, or still things affected from them that they childhood that they haven't dealt with. So they still feel like they have to be energy vampires. And an energy vampire can be a person in either way. You get around them, they thrive and love your energy, and they drain it up out of you. But you're feeding their energy, and this could be negativity, this could be anybody in your life, and they thrive off that. Instead of, you got to pay attention to those things, the people that uplift you versus the people that just drag you down. So be aware of those energy vampires, man.
Hey, y'all got
James Ray, that's the science for you today, bro.
Yeah. Shout out to bro. Hey, y'all got your headphones? I want to play this clip from your vice president, Mr. JD VANCE. He just said something that made my antennas go up.
Yeah. I don't know the other ones.
On that side.
I know.
Not good play. We'll just leave it open. I can hear it.
All right.
Anybody, and I love what Nikki said about this. Unlike the left, we stand against treating anybody, and I love what Nikki said about this. We don't treat anybody different because of their race or their sex. So we have relegated DEI to the dustbin of history, which is exactly where it belongs.
Oh, it gets better. Keep going. That ain't even the part I was trying to highlight, but keep going.
In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
I'm going to stop it right there.
We'll hit you with the WP.
I'm going to stop it right there.
You don't have to apologize for that.
Now, this is your vice president telling the world you don't have to apologize for being white. Now, if people are wondering, well, Viral, what's wrong with that? If you are out of the loop, you've been living under a rock. I'm going to tell you why. There's a movement going on online in the white communities. They're trying to erase not only racism, they're trying to erase, I guess, the white guilt, right? So this is why you started to see the N-word thing go viral and all of these influencers using the N-word as an ode to free speech, because they're saying we're sick of being labeled racist. We're taking the power away from the word racist. This is why you started to see white people own racism, coming online saying, I am racist. I don't give a this is free speech. This is America. That's the whole movement. So the vice president, JD Vance, to me, in layman's terms, just co-sign that to me by saying we don't got to apologize for being white. Really what you're saying is we don't got to apologize for our racist past, because what does white people ever had to apologize besides that? White privilege is real. So what do you have to apologize for outside of what your ancestors did, outside of the white supremacist system that runs the world, that still affects everybody today? Like they said, they just said,
kind of like
most business owners white, most the people who run the stock market white, 90% of the streaming services owners white, 90% of the movies, the shows, and everything that's produced on streaming platforms white. You just look at the top hierarchy of everything, and it falls back to white. So what are you apologizing for other than racism? And to have a vice president say, we ain't apologizing for that no more, is crazy and alarming to me, because what if he become the president? What laws you gonna put into place that's finna fuck niggas over?
And even on top of that, it's like words, the way they form these words and say things, they think the public as us as a whole are just this much, that we are idiots. That's what I get from this, because you can't sit here and say, hey, we're not looking at racism and stuff no more, and then address one race as a whole. That's already a slap in the face in itself. So he cooning out, and that we know that I don't expect nothing else less from them. They have never showed us, in a sense, when it comes to a society, that they care about anything else, except for if it ain't white, it ain't right. So outside, and this is outside of the white people that fuck with every race, but people like him, they show you who they are. Believe them the first time. And then you get people up here they're gonna find one thing that they like about what this person start to say, then they're gonna run it and glaze them after that. So it's just going to say, I don't support it. That's why I don't really care about politics and stuff like that, in a sense, because we get these type of people. Until we're in those positions, it's not gonna change.
See, the only reason I study it, because you got to study it and know what's going on to get in that position.
I'm just saying, me personally.
No, I know. I don't let it run my life.
Yeah.
But if anybody knows anything about the far right, they're notoriously white supremacist, racist types, right? Like you just see Myron Gaines. Club. He went to the white nationalist convention and they ain't even let him in. And he been pandering to them for I don't know how long, right? Even going against his own people, his own race for them, and they let him know, hey, you still a nigga. Even in those Twitter spaces that he be having on X with the all-white nationalists, they be calling him the N-word in there. So that alt-right thing is built on racism, and that's what really helped Trump win. If you want to look at, for sure, okay, voting counts or voting matters, whatever. You all know we believe presidents are selected, not elected, but I'm speaking to the people who believe into the system. He used white supremacy to win, period, point blank. He used that, we ain't apologizing for being white, to win. You seen his rallies, niggas getting escorted, niggas not allowed in there, niggas getting trash thrown at him, all type of shit. He rallied up the white supremacists and they ushered him right on in.
So now we know what kind of snake we dealing with. Now we already know he put it on Front Street, so let's not be surprised. He put it out there, ain't no retracting this. So like that black flag we talked about viral, now we need to start emphasizing that amongst us. He just made a statement, so that's why we got to get serious. Let's eliminate all the distraction. Let's not watch that BS on TV, stop death scrolling, and let's get militant. Let's get together, black folks, and understand what he just said. They're coming for us. So at what point are we going to prepare ourselves? What are we doing to prepare ourselves for the next upcoming outrage that they're going to prepare for us? Clearly, they're already putting it out there, and it's not being talked about enough. This should be all on every social media feed. Every black person should be talking about this like this is ridiculous. Well, we'll sit up there and talk about some other BS that don't even mean nothing right now.
Imagine if Obama when he won, said we ain't apologizing for being black no more. Obama couldn't even play on his race. He couldn't even do nothing for niggas. They made him be the first LGBT president and give LGBT more rights than anybody. Police shootings went up on blacks tenfold when Obama was in office, and he couldn't even speak on it because they would have said, oh, he racist, this, that, and the third. So why is it that JD Vance can use something like race to single out just the white race? How do you get in front of the world as the vice president and say, we ain't got to apologize for being white? Okay, what about the blacks? What about the Asians? What about the Spanish? What about the Pacific Islanders? What about the Indians? What about everybody else? So what is that saying to everybody else? And
They
we
see
just saw them
nobody else.
making a white-only town, right? They start
sure.
to do that. So what the y'all trying to do?
They're trying to rewrite history to where they had it before. They're trying to get to a point where it's like
History repeats
we
itself.
want to exclude this. They're like I say, they think 10, 20 years, 30 years, decades ahead. They're implementing this stuff now. They're putting these seeds in their people's brain right now to start making that forward progress. And it's up to us as the rest of the unit of the people, because we will have the numbers and start working against those things. And we see what's going on. But like we said, it's the same playbook. It's the same thing. People got to study it and people got to do, because once you do get us people coming out, all they gonna say, oh, the black people crying online. I can't represent and be proud of my race, but y'all want to be proud about y'all's. We don't want to hear that. But they're making it clear. They're not hiding it no more.
For
It's
sure.
going back to those times again.
Exactly.
That's the thing what people got to understand. And niggas got to be 10 toes down.
But I'm
And-
glad
and-
that he
and look-
said it though, because now we at least know how to do it. Now there is no wiggling out this situation. You said it, stand on it. So now we can start adjusting and get ready.
And they're using Nikki. Look, they're using one of us as the pawn, right? You heard what he said when he first started his speech. Oh, like Nikki said. So we got one of your own, your kind, the one that y'all idolize. Go read that COINTELPRO letter, episode 225. And they're co-signing what we're saying. So we need the rest of y'all
To
to get
follow.
in line and to just bow down to the agenda that's going on. Y'all better pay attention to this coded language, man. Y'all got to learn how to read between the lines.
And that's why this podcast is, because we already broke it down. We already put it out there. So we can't say, y'all can't say we didn't put the information out there.
Exactly.
Everybody might not reach the information that we give, but like we say, each one teach one, reach one. So
Well, let's make it entertaining, bro.
I know what I'm
Yeah.
saying is spread the message, and Malcolm X told us a long time ago. Stop putting all your faith in
In
these false
celebrity, yep.
idols, in these celebrities, these TV personalities, and anything we say, go fact check it.
They're not
That's all I
revolutionary.
say.
Yeah.
So
all
D-
right.
DEI, they scraped that. Black history, they scraped that. The MLK holidays, and
They trying to scrape that, yeah.
scraping that. Notice they slowly scrubbing niggas from the existence. But they're becoming the minority. That's what a lot of y'all don't know. They are becoming the minority. Shout out to
panicking.
Brandon, who we just interviewed, where he was talking about we're coming up on the minority majority, where in a couple years, in the first time in history, minorities are
By
going to be the
2040.
majority, right? By 2040. They know this. Their birth rates are dropping. So now what they got to do, start eliminating us from being seen so we don't realize we got the motherfucking numbers. That's what's really
And
going on.
I remember when Trump slid that new bill where if you start having babies, I'm going to throw you $1,000. Come on now, to keep popping white babies out.
Exactly. You see Elon Musk using Twitter and X to push that agenda too. If you follow him, well, you got to follow him, because if you got X, he makes you follow him. You can see him talking about the birth rates. They are afraid of going extinct because at the birth rates that they have, they're going to be extinct.
This is controlled fear at its finest. Right now, what you're seeing. This is a call for desperation. That's exactly what they're doing. They're going to remain calm and not show you that, but they're showing it to you. It's the subtle signs. This is what you got to pay attention to. This is how they play their game. They think they're smarter than you, but we know we could be smarter than them. And I mean us as a whole, as a people. We just have to get like-minded people and get on the right track and start pushing forward.
Yeah.
Black flag is the movement, because what's
Yeah,
going
I
on with
think-
Nikki?
Yeah, it's not Nikki, but like I said, we know when money is involved, bags is involved, it goes back
Sell
to
out.
Yeah, the people do this. We know what's going on. It's not hard for them to get in front of that because people don't care about
Fred
people.
Hampton.
was
You gotta
real bad,
understand the
yeah.
difference of people that's just getting your attention to entertain you and do everything else versus people that really represent their race. You gotta
Boom.
understand the difference of that too. People ain't going out for that. Because like you said with Obama, if Obama would have went off the script, even with whether if he was risk getting chipped or not, he could have went out bigger than what he is. And not saying he would have got chipped, but you should have did something for your people. How you become the first black president and they purposely branded you to push the LGBTQ stuff to be a slap in the face as the first black president, even though there was a black president before, which never gets mentioned.
Right, facts.
So y'all got to pay attention to what's going on. And what they never wanted him to be the light of that. They never wanted you to have that hope with your black skin like he was pushing. They don't want you to have that. So we got to pay attention and wake up.
And y'all got to pay attention to the people at this point that takes learning new information as boring. Like you see that a lot where people go, oh, this is boring, this ain't entertaining. A lot of them people is the enemy to our people,
Yep.
because if you don't got the knowledge, guess what? you are a threat because the lack of knowledge is dangerous. You can get yourself took out this shit, your people, your family. We need more leaders, and that comes with intaking more knowledge. So like Schultz said earlier, stop all the doom scrolling all day. And if you go and doom scroll knowledgeable content.
Man, for
that's
sure.
cool. You want to doom scroll? At least you learning while you doom scrolling. But the people who, I can't get with this boring, or watch those people.
Those are dangerous.
Them the ones that's gonna have niggas fucked over.
Even when you think about from every level, you can think about a low level from the streets. You can think about the highest levels to where our people have grown and been. Who you think they went after? You think they was knowledgeable? You think they was really for their people, or were they all for self? You got to pay attention to that. They're gonna go after the weakest links that they believe. They're not why you see them going after Nas? You think Nas gonna be supporting certain things and they can come pick his brain and get him just to drop a bag off to have him go against his people like that? And this is why we gotta understand. Y'all need to go really tap back in with that Dave Chappelle stuff. Like what he was saying.
Dave.
He's one of them. His voice is bigger than what our people know, but he's impactful. He knows a lot of information. And when you do that, you become dangerous.
And it's the craziest part about Nikki. While she was sitting with Charlie Kirk's wife at the Turning Point USA event, talking about how much she loved, revered Charlie Kirk, and she wants to do a dedication song to him. But while Charlie Kirk was alive, he's on tape saying Nicki Minaj is a bad example for young black women. She's not a good example of the black community. So you had the man dissing you while he was alive, but for whatever reason, whether she's trying to get her husband out of whatever, or she got some type of passport issues or something that I was reading about, she's gonna make a song about the man that was dissing her while he was alive, knowing he didn't even fuck with you. But you sitting here in front of his wife face, which I don't know what the she doing. I ain't never seen a wife lose her husband and do the type of shit that she doing. That's a whole nother story.
She want to be
famous.
Yeah,
He wanna be him.
He was a martyr for her.
Yeah, exactly. Now she feels
him.
like she's in the spot. Who wants to be more in the spotlight after all of that? This is the most she's ever spoken out to me and things in that sense. And the only thing I could think of on the back end is if Nikki is doing this either for personal gain or she has something else, like you said earlier,
right,
and wants to be the spook by the door. She has her own agenda. She understands the game a little more, so I might have a small amount of grace for her until but she needs to show something.
I was just about to say, Messiah, don't we got to put a timeline on it, though?
Yeah,
you can't.
Got to be a timeline. The clock is on.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah. I was just about to say, because you can't sit up there and say, I'm going to be a spook. I'm going to let y'all, I'm going to give y'all the information, and it never comes up.
Not necessarily. It's the way you go about it, because she might be doing things behind closed doors that I don't have access and knowledge to know about.
I get it.
So that's how you really be the spook, when you start putting your people on, in a sense. She's going out exposing a lot of shit, but we gonna see how these later dates play out and the way these campaigns and all this other stuff go. So I don't know, but like I said all the time, like I keep telling y'all, put your faith more in a higher power in God or whatever you believe in. Stop believing in these false idols, because the more you expect from them, the more they're gonna let you down every single time.
Speaking of letting us down, man, you was talking about off camera about how packages is getting broken into and UPS is doing people doulo, man. What you was talking about?
No, I wasn't talking about they was getting broken into. It was the story of that case of them dudes just got sentenced. It was 3 dudes. I don't know if they worked at UPS or just acting like UPS workers, and they killed that family and things in that nature. So it's down there to a point where you got to be aware on all angles, in a sense of who you allowing at your door, the people you confide into, and things. And that's why you shouldn't bring people to your home. Not necessarily saying they did that. Matter of fact, let me read the article.
Let me see.
Yeah, I'm not even up to date on that, so I'm all the way out the loop on what's going on, because every day I get online, there's something else going on with UPS and things of that nature. I did see a crazy story about Kobe. We could talk about that.
What was that about Kobe?
The city of Los Angeles, I believe, after 2025, they're no longer accepting or honoring pretty much you naming your kids Kobe. Like you name your kid Kobe, they not stamping that on your certificate.
They did that with a lot of names. That's crazy work.
Like, that's how influential Kobe was to the city of LA, that they're not even letting you take his name. They hanging his name up in the rafters like his jersey, like the Hall of Fame.
I think it's different than that. I think it's to the point where if you name a kid Kobe, he might feel like he could become and be great at whatever he wants to do with his life. 'Cause it's a lot of different names that they stop. Like you can't name your kid Messiah. You can't name your kid. It's a lot of they got a gang of names.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this.
That's crazy work.
They taking away a lot of names. You can't name your name, your son Jesus, Jesus.
But Jesus is spelled Jesus in the English way.
That's my point. But they saying no longer you're not supposed to be allowed to name your kids these names. So it's deeper than that for me. I think it's deeper. Kobe's impact, that's keeping him alive forever. People want to, you know how many people Kobe fans there is and his impact outside of that? And they probably feel like, because Kobe was going to go start his own league in China. He was already had the other allegations of the things why they really saying they got rid of him. So I think it's way deeper. They just don't want Kobe.
Damn, that's
they
a
just
cold
don't want
analysis
Kobe
right
to
there.
be on that type of time. Shout out to Kobe, though. Rest in peace to the Mamba, man.
Mamba
Black Mambas.
mentality, man, for real.
If you want to name, and if you can't name your kid Kobe, give him the nickname as a kid.
Hey,
So
or
as you come out the gate, call him Kobe. That's it.
But how can they stop you from naming
was
your
Don't
kids?
spell it what you want. This is the control we talk about.
How
I
can
can
they
name my
stop you?
kid what I want.
it's different
Right,
ways
what
of
the
spelling
fuck is
Kobe
you
as
talking
well,
about?
too, though. I mean, you can spell it like Kobe beef. Like, I mean,
They
it's still
don't care, bro. They don't care about how you spelling it. They care about.
But how are you not going to
pronounce it.
honor that? Like, we are not accepting that in our system. You can call your kid Kobe, but we're not recognizing that.
So what y'all gonna do? Name him for me?
Exactly. What you gonna take? Oh, you gonna reject the birth certificate at that point? You know what I'm saying? That's his name.
There got to be some type of stipulations to that. That's just even more crazy work to me. Like, it's good they put his name up in the rafters, but shout out to Kobe because the NBA is cooked.
The dude name was Alonzo Pierre Mingo. He was arrested Friday, and he's been charged with
I just said,
Nah,
y'all say
it's
M1,
unalive.
M1.
M1, 187.
yeah 187. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think he did he get arrested? He just got caught because I think the case was like
No, they're
older. I
saying-
think they just got sentenced to life.
Yeah.
But what happened, though? What did he do?
So what it sounds like is they did a break-in into a home. They proposed as UPS drivers, and they unalived a father and a mother, and then the child found the parents.
Yeah, I think they killed 3 people. It might have been the father and the mother, like you said, and then they left the babies. They left the babies alive. But they dressed up as UPS workers, came in, broke in, and they didn't even get rid of the
They're
specific
facing
reason
3
of why
counts
they
of
did what they
secondary,
did.
second degree.
Over some packages? Y'all niggas too thirsty for me.
No,
It
I
ain't
think
never that
he
deep.
broke in on some. They probably had some money
Tryna
type
flock?
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, on some flocking type stuff.
And they got caught the same day.
Same day because they had the cameras and all that there.
Dumbass niggas.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's another topic I wanted to dive into. I ain't gonna go too deep into it, but y'all know y'all seen them files got released, and they was all redacted and blacked out.
You talking
That
about
was
the
low
island?
key a slap in the face. The Epstein files, they got
Oh, okay.
dropped,
Island.
but all them was redacted. You can't see no names. You can't see hardly no pictures. They blacking out all the important information to me. That was more of a slap in the face to the people. Like, here, shut y'all crying asses up. We gonna give you what you want, but we're not gonna give you what you want. Just like they toying with people. So that's why I didn't really go too crazy over that. I'm more worried about this radiation fog they got floating around.
Man,
I ain't never seen no fog.
Bro, I was
like
driving this morning, man. The fog didn't clear till almost like 9 o'clock.
Nigga,
Bro.
you could barely see like
Man.
5 feet. Well, I could see kind of good, but for the most part, you can't see more than 10 feet in front of you.
Yeah, it's terrible.
You know, with regular fog, it kind of dissipate as you get close. This shit,
it's
like
thicker than cold peanut
that shit
butter, man.
man, that shit is different. It's like it's coating the environment. I seen somebody like above the cloud level. They took video of it, and that shit looked like Gotham City or some shit like that, like out of a
Movie
movie.
production,
The way it was just sitting there, I'm like, this ain't real
I
fog,
don't
bro.
care what y'all talking about. Y'all can't tell me they ain't controlling this weather.
This ain't real fog,
There's no
bro.
way in the world. I don't care. Y'all can say the news channels and everything else. There's no way you know a week ahead from now it's gonna pour and rain. It's gonna be sunny at 12 p.m., 2 p.m. It's gonna be showers again. Like, no, man, y'all controlling that.
There's a lot of people saying, they put that up there because the 3-eye atlas is here and they trying to block people's vision from seeing it.
Yeah, it's no way you know the weather every hour on the hour.
You know what the 3-eye atlas is, right? The alien ship.
Oh, they trying to.
But that's what they saying. That's what the fog was for, so you can't visibly see it. But I looked at the 3-eye atlas like, maybe that's probably some Project Bluebeam shit.
That's some cap. Y'all didn't see that video I sent you on the group where the dude said he smacked 2 aliens?
No, I didn't see that one.
Y'all ain't watch. We have to wait. Probably talk about it next time. The dude, I think he was a CIA dude or something like that. He was speaking on it and stuff. I think they ended up offing the nigga, but he was speaking like he ran into him and basically they hiding all the information like they been here type stuff.
Oh yeah, a big homie CC. I just saw his interview where he's saying he got some type of heat-seeking plasma glasses or type of like a gun Like, you know, if you work in the refineries or something, they got like the heat guns where you can look through the lens and it'll show
The temperature.
the temperatures. It'll show whatever's like hot. He's like, you point that at people. Some people you pointed at, there's nothing there. Like they cold blooded.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because everybody.
But
ain't
they
got-
look human. So he said every human you see ain't a real human. They really
Nah,
walking
but-
amongst us.
Yeah, we know that. Well, it's damn near still like they live.
Put
Like,
my glasses back
You
on.
know what I'm
Man.
saying? Because a lot of people, and this is the same way when we get the people that don't hear the voice in their head.
yeah.
You know, it's a lot of people out here walking soulless.
Don't
that-
have souls.
Yeah, so it's
See right
deep,
through
and
'em.
you can tell sometimes. You can feel the energy, or you can see it in their eyes. Like,
Because who's cold blooded? Reptiles,
Reptiles.
right?
right.
So they said it's a secret Draco reptilian race that's running everything secretly. So if you walking by a human, you boop, and that shit is ice cold.
What
That ain't no motherfucking human because we warm blooded. So they picking us up every time. And I just seen they was talking about the cloaking devices. He said it's a national park out here in California that they got it listed under the animals. I guess the predator shit, like he was saying that shit
Wow.
real. He's saying he got video, or someone who owns the park has actual video. You can see the motherfucking cloak thing, but you can see the trees getting chopped down as it's moving through the trees. But he's like, dude didn't want to sell the video because he doesn't want people coming up there trying to find the damn creature or whatever the case. But go tap into Big Homie CC interviews, man. He been dropping a lot of shit about that,
Well,
the alien shit.
Man, well, I was gonna say this. Well, with that fall kicking in, like, what if a major event was to happen, like a catastrophic event was to happen? What would be in your emergency kit as far as the VwP kit? What would you need to survive if something like an apocalypse was to happen there?
I need
Generator, guns, a lot of bullets.
canned food, MRE packs, a lot of water. Like
Water, for
you said,
sure.
just basically everything he said, and that's like the main necessities that you can move around with quick, in my opinion.
I think
Yeah,
weaponry. Go ahead.
Yeah, like you said, weaponry, and maybe like medicine for like
Yeah.
certain people. But outside of that, them the main things I think you're gonna need to survive.
I'll say
anywhere
one.
you go.
Yeah, I was gonna say one more thing. Maybe something for like fishing or something like that to hunt or things like that.
Well,
about
I
Cal-
just
you
seen a
talking
nigga hunt with a
Yeah,
with a
with a
burner,
pistol,
nigga. I
yeah.
just seen a nigga walk down a great white shark in the middle of the ocean. Got off. So
Because what fishing supply? If it's something catastrophic, you finna be in the middle.
yeah,
of
I ain't
the
finna
ocean
be nowhere
fishing.
near the ocean.
Yeah, that's
But
all.
I'm gonna say weaponry.
Wait, you got to be around some type of water. It's only we only can go. It's the
You
law?
can't drink
Seven is what they say. 7 days of water. You can't go 7 days without water. I think 7 weeks without food, and then 27
Bro,
hours.
all these tragedies we've seen.
I'm
in
just
places,
saying it's law 7.
The
like
reason
that.
I said weaponry is because
Well, of course, we all agree with that. We're men.
That's
if you
first
watch
thing.
any of the movies or any of the shows where it's a catastrophic thing, what happens when people run out of supplies?
The
They go
panic.
to their neighbor and they try to take their neighbor's shit.
Of course.
So that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be complete chaos. If you ain't got no weaponry, you're gonna be a victim.
What's your
out
weapon
here.
of choice?
Nah,
What's gonna be your main weapon of choice? What you going with?
I for sure ain't throwing that out there, but just know it's gonna be
Yeah.
it's gonna be something fully.
Nah, facts.
It's gonna be something
And
fully.
like you said, the first thing people do and let you have something that they want, people already they're gonna be. It's pandemonium at that point. It's like the laws is gone. Everything else, people just finna try to do what they want to do, and you got to be ready for it. Like you said, you got to have protection. That's the first thing you.
I
gotta
need a
have.
generator for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you
but
Definitely need a generator.
what type of generator though? You gotta have because gasoline.
Gas operated, period.
I understand
Because
that, but we go-
catastrophic ain't no electricity. Gas, as long as you stored up with gas, you good. That motherfucker gonna work.
Right.
Gotta get that gas.
What
then.
you got in your pack, nigga?
well, you know, every
got a
green.
fishing
Yeah, you gonna have
No,
3 flowers.
No, no,
three-
no, 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 no,
fishing
no.
pole.
Yeah.
No, but I mean,
A
you
fishing
still gonna
pole
need.
with
You're
3
gonna need that. I'm
flowers.
telling you, eventually you gonna have to
You
be
ain't gonna
around
need no
water,
fishing pole.
bro. You gonna be around water, homie. That's gonna be the main thing you gonna have to catch. But of course, you're gonna need a generator protection. I was gonna even suggest something like charcoal in the grill because again, eventually when you cook, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna need some type of fire because ain't none of us.
about feasting and stuff.
Not at all,
It's
bro.
catastrophic, nigga. Food
Not
ain't
at
finna
all.
be
I'm
lasting
talking about
like
creating
that.
fires, though, bro.
This is where fasting is key.
The key.
It's
Yeah.
not
That's
about
why you
fasting, it's about
also-
warmth,
you
my
prep your
nigga. You're not about to
fasting.
be out in the elements, bro. First of all, we're all humans. I mean, ain't none of us built to be practicing homelessness long term.
I'm not saying you practicing that, but if it's a catastrophic,
We're
thing,
practicing homelessness at that point.
what-
Shelter is not gonna be an
My
option.
point is survival. You have to eat things that's maybe less things that's more compactful, beans and stuff that's in the cans. Like
You're not about to be throwing up the grill.
Exactly.
I'm
You
not
know,
saying
if
throwing
you
up the
just
grill.
trying to eat filet mignon,
No,
nigga,
bro, y'all
you
missing the
damn near
point,
gotta-
bro. I'm
And then
talking
you
about
want-
Nigga
warm.
talking about a charcoal grill.
No,
You
I'm
gonna be on
talking
the
about warm.
move.
So anything that can start a fire. Just so you know how to start a fire right now.
I know how to
Yeah, I
start a
do.
fighter.
Matter of fact,
You a damn lie. That's
Nah,
cap.
no cap. No cap.
How we
It's
start a fire?
It's certain type of sticks that you can
What's
use.
the name of 'em?
I forget. I went to a luau in Hawaii, and the nigga gave me
So
the 2
what's the
sticks.
name? But I'm
He
saying,
gave me the 2 sticks. But if I got a generator, I'm starting a fire.
But
Period.
even if you got sticks, you got dead grass, you got certain things. It's the fire.
If you
the
got
fire-
a
the fire
generator,
gonna
you
get
can start a
running.
fire.
Nah,
You can plug
you gonna
anything
start
up to the generator to get
so
fire.
would you plug it?
This nigga crazy.
Yeah,
But
you ain't
even-
plugging
even
that
start-
up at that
see,
time.
But even though your scenario, you have to be in the woods to worry about that. There's gonna be places you can get lighters and stuff like that. So outside of that,
And it will be initially, but again, if we're thinking long term, after a while, a lot of those
nah,
things
if
are
we
going
in
to.
the woods. That's a different story. That's a different survival.
But I'm saying eventually, all those common things that we're going to be used to having at first is going to be there, but eventually it's going to run out. So at some point, we have to think.
Charcoal's running out, bro.
Of course, it will. But I'm saying if I'm going to say starting off at
Nigga
first,
ain't
but
finna waste
eventually.
all that fire on no charcoal.
Right, nigga, for
No,
sure
I'm
ain't
not
even
saying-
looking at
I'm
no
just-
charcoal.
But I'm saying
nigga trying to get some
eventually
firewood.
you're going to have to keep warmth and things like that because hypothermia and all that shit will kick in.
Bro,
Yeah,
we're in a major city, so shelter's not gonna be an issue.
Then you gonna have sleeping bags and stuff like that. Sleeping bags for sure gonna keep you warm, even with or without fire. You don't think so? I done
You
slept
act
I
like
done
you
slept
gonna be in the
woods,
middle
bro.
of motherfucking Crenshaw or Atlantic, just sleeping in the street. Like you gonna be on 7th and Orange,
You'll never
laying
know,
in the
bro.
street.
'Cause I think he's either gonna be in the middle of the sea or somewhere in the
Yeah,
neck
this
of the
nigga
woods.
like, where you finna fish at? Doc Waller, down to nigga, you not eating no fish out of there.
This
You
nigga,
cook, eating any fish you catch out here. So where the fuck you fishing at?
You can go anywhere
Catalina?
fishing, bro. This nigga wildin'.
No,
What I'm
he's
saying,
right.
I'm
I'm
dead
saying,
ass.
in
I'm not
general.
eating no fish that you catch at none of these beaches.
So where the fish you think you eating?
I don't even eat fish out here. That's what I'm saying. Where I'm going right now, I'm watching him catch that shit in clear waters.
That's cat, but I feel it. All right, nigga, that's cat.
He trying to what the fuck is he talking about?
That's cat.
He know, nigga.
God damn, this little motherfucker stinks.
She for sure probably should.
God damn.
Show talking about he gonna be barbecuing. Nigga, you ain't be thinking about no grill.
Yeah,
Like you
cuz
said,
I'm
you
about
got,
to be grilled
you got
up.
bags of rice, beans, shit that's like non-perishable.
Of
that can
course.
feed a lot of people and fill you up.
No, of course you want the thing starch heavy food.
There will
That's
be
what
no
makes-
refrigerators or no shit
None
like
of that. That's
so
what I'm saying.
What are you gonna be barbecuing at that
No, I'm not
point?
saying you can smoke things though, and that's what make it last longer.
What you mean smoke things? Like
Like
what?
when you smoke, you have a smoke. You smoke fish, smoke jerky, and all that type of shit. That's the type of shit you preserve. The things that you're going to be able. You're going to need protein, homie. I'm telling you.
most stuff and catastrophic things happen, like he said. There's no electricity. There's no places to really keep the food healthy. So 9 times out of 10, you're not.
Damn.
To me, you're not gonna have that. But you're gonna be fishing though. So just make sure you bring
Yeah,
us
all
the
right.
fish.
No, nigga, you make sure you just hold the weaponry down, homie. We outside with it.
That nigga gonna be a Doc Waller trying to catch some fucking fish.
You gonna be the nigga on the video floating in the ocean. That's crazy.
Catastrophic events. nigga,
Y'all
I'm
trying to
getting
kick it
the
on
fuck
Chris
away
Show,
from
man.
the
Y'all
ocean.
talking about, man, we gonna
We
be the
didn't
best
say
nigga
shit about
Chris Show.
You
Bro.
ain't thinking about a tsunami, nigga? You talking about I'm getting away from the ocean.
So that's why I'm saying we got to go further in. Y'all just said we not going to be in the forest.
9 times out of 10, when you think of those things happening, you're hoping you can go somewhere underground, a bunker, something.
No, with an earthquake. So we're in California. We know earthquakes. You don't want to be underground with an earthquake.
You say catastrophic, that's like equivalent of a city tearing up, like
But-
New Orleans.
so what
you
would
think
happen-
the niggas want to be out there fishing?
Well, in New Orleans, you want to be.
You talking about some day after tomorrow type shit.
I'm just talking about anything. So in California, bro, what happened with Northridge in the early 90s? You know what I'm saying? That's an earthquake. Everything shook. Everything, their whole lifestyle broke down, homie. So at some point, you got to think, what do you got to do until help comes? What do you need before help comes?
You said, what do you think we need to prepare or what we have?
You gotta have a kit. So if you don't have a kit ready, if you don't have a kit,
I know
if you
this
don't
what
have
I'm
a
saying.
kit ready,
No,
so
but your
listen.
initial question was, what will we have? And he named, and I just piggybacked off of what he named, and you said you're gonna be out fishing, so you're not even gonna be prepared.
What
you
I'm
ain't
saying-
ready for the catastrophic storm, whatever's
Bro,
coming.
what are you talking about? I'm saying in the kit already, that's already prepared. So y'all gonna eat bullets? I mean, I'm just saying after a while, what you gonna eat bullets, nigga?
Cause say you finna eat shells. Shit, somebody might.
Somebody like,
Yeah.
you got something I need, you might.
Yeah,
That's what
man.
I'm saying. That's gonna be
So
a
if it's an
part.
earthquake, you going fishing?
If it's an earthquake, you go shoot at it.
He not saying that.
I'm just saying,
No, I'm just saying we say the same thing
know,
though.
I'm not.
You can make it seem silly. I'm saying
When
that's
you
gonna be a
have-
part
I
of
could
it.
go hunting with the bullets.
I'm saying you guys.
Exactly.
It's good to
I'm gonna
have
catch
your
something
repertoire.
quicker than you out there with that fishing rod.
No, I'm
Nah,
not.
facts.
No. I didn't say that was a priority. I agree. You went for. I
Don't
asked
say
the
kill
question.
no animals, nothing. Kill like I'm going straight after the fish.
No, I'm saying that's still an option, bro. You gotta have. Listen, man. Variety is the spice of life. You gotta be prepared, homie. You gotta be able to survive it all, homie.
I'm crying.
I understand it. I feel you.
Nah, you know.
I do, nigga. You gonna be out
Well,
there?
you know,
you out there with your fishing rods?
This
I'm gonna be the nigga out the house holding it down.
Hey, what's the next one, man?
y'all
Let me
niggas- I'm be holding it down. Make sure I bring that fish back here.
Nigga ain't never been fishing in his life.
What you talking about? Hey, what you
He gonna
talking
pick
about?
he gonna pick a catastrophic event to go fishing for the first time.
Not
This
at
nigga
all,
finna
bro.
starve, nigga. Y'all niggas
Not at
cook.
all, bro. Not at all.
Oh,
so you talking about
God.
plants and shit? I mean, my nigga, you go touch poison ivy. Do you know all that stuff look like? I'm just saying in general.
I'm in
though.
Cali, bro. We ain't around none of that shit.
What you talk?
We ain't around none
Cali
of that.
got all that up there. So
I'm talking
you,
about in the inner city where we gonna be at.
but
ain't
you
finna
just
be
said
around
if it's
none
something
of
like that, we not about to be by the water. This Long Beach. You can't be by the water. So you got to start going inland.
Nah, you could. Matter of fact, it's a movie trending on Netflix right now. That's about a catastrophic event. I think it's in Asia or something. Did y'all see it?
What is it called?
I forget.
Oh, it's like that TV show. It's a show where it was like and they had to get on the boat or something like that.
It was like the whole thing flooded. It was some weird shit to do with time too, because I think AI had took over. Once again, they was pushing the AI, and then humanity was basically finna go extinct.
That sound like
But-
Terminator, bro.
But they found a way to have babies with AI. So the only thing they was missing was to give AI the emotional human aspect of it. So they was finna restart the human race by mixing humans and AI. And it was only 2 scientists that knew how to do it. One died in the flood, and then one was alive. So they came to get her. And it was just, you just gotta watch it. And somehow she kept like dying, but her consciousness kept coming back. And she could see her whole life at the present moment. Like, you know how they say the past, the future, and the present, all that happening at once. So she could see herself from a little girl to grown, and it was just weird as hell, but you just gotta go watch it.
What was
But it's trending like number 3 on Netflix right now.
What was the name of that movie where the meteors came and then they ended up?
Armageddon.
Nah, it wasn't Armageddon. I
Oh,
forget.
when what's it called?
It
Was
was
the
the white-
president? You talking about when Morgan Freeman was the president? Deep Impact.
Nah, I
Deep
forget,
Impact was
man.
That was one when they
I
had
gotta
to
remember, but
crash when they crashed
It
into
was
the
the
meteor.
white dude. He had the wife and the son ended up getting snatched up.
That's every movie ever.
Nah, but I'm saying
Is it called The Pod Generation? You talking about that? That on Netflix?
Is it the Asian lady?
This nigga said every movie, son getting snatched
No, I
up.
think you said
This
the
nigga-
white family, the son got snatched.
I forget the name of it, but they end up going to like everybody went
This
to the
is what
town to
they
get on
showing.
the planes and stuff, and then they end up getting the wristbands to get on the plane. But I forgot the name of that movie. I gotta remember it out. What
Nah.
you said?
Yeah.
What is that?
That's it. The Pod.
Yeah, I
the
think so. I think it's
Generation.
called the Pod.
Okay.
It's the Asian lady or some shit like that.
Okay.
And the whole thing, the whole town flood or whatever the case.
AI mixed with baby sound like
That's-
sci-fi.
Man,
crap.
at first it would
That
sound like
sound-
Terminator at first,
that
like
sound
man,
like
the human
sci-fi.
race and
It
all that.
sound like that's what the fuck they doing now with all these AI sex dolls and
Whoa,
AI
yeah.
wombs, and yeah, they getting your ass ready.
Yeah, they gonna make it. Yeah,
Now they might be. They're already trying to make them more realistic every day.
every
AI.
day, bro. They
I
making
just
it.
forgot about the robots. They regenerating them now, making them better. I seen somebody destroy one at the mall
Ky-
one day.
I thought-
that shit was funny as hell.
And then Kyrie Irving pushed one hard, like he pushed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like, oh, it can't fall. They broke that motherfucking head, almost fell off. I'm like, that shit was funny as fuck.
Now you seen the one that was squabbling?
Oh
They
yeah,
had the one doing the boxing, and they had the one nigga getting the gloves with it. That motherfucker
They
was
had the boy. They
throwing them.
what's the dude? I Show Speed or one of them. They got on him. He whooped the what's the name on stream. They trying to sue him. Y'all didn't see that?
Mm-mm.
He whooped the robot. I Show Speed. He ended up
Yeah.
whooping the robot on stream. Talking about, he said, "Nick, you tried to attack me or something." Start whooping it.
Oh.
And they like, I'm glad it can't fight back.
Oh, speaking of the streamers, what y'all think? Not I Show Speed. Who's the other one? What
Oh,
y'all?
the-
What
oh, you
y'all?
talking about the dude?
Sanat?
Yeah. Speaking of the streamers, what y'all think of Kai Cenat coming out saying he's battling mental health issues? Now, a lot of people had a lot to say about this. Going, dude, you a motherfucking multi-millionaire, living your dream, kicking it with every celebrity under the book, winning all these awards. You got enough money that you can't even spend it all. How the you dealing with emotional, mental health problems? A lot of people said he was looking he was looking for some type of not like a cry for help, but you know how he was trying to get some pats on the back for being a victim or something like that. They were saying.
So one of the things at first I was ready to go in on him. Then I just had to think about the position he's in. And I noticed the pattern with a lot of them streamers. You know, they all had dreads. They all had certain things. They all start cutting their dreads. They say he ain't been the same since he cut his dreads off. And if you pay attention to that moment when he cut his dreads off, his mama was like down there praying and hoping that he wouldn't do
Samson.
it. And certain things like that. So we never know or take into account what they had to do to get that money. And now, you know, a lot of times when people do things, they always start referring to like, because now he's speaking on God a lot more. Just believe in God, pray to God, like to the point where I would think initially somebody got to sold, they regret it. And now you at a point, and this is allegedly for me, this is just my opinion on it. And I think those things you had to do, you battle it. Like Terrence Howard said, once somebody takes your manhood, not saying that happened to him, you're cooked. As a man, you're done. Your soul is gone. You're broke down. You're never going to be the same. That's why a lot of these niggas start getting on drugs, start doing everything else because you've done the unthinkable. You're not supposed to do that. So I think he's going through a battle in the sense of just mentally battling that world because he low-key want to stop now, but it's a lot going on.
Yeah, he said he was finna take a break, get his mental health together. So I don't know, because they look at Robin Williams. We all thought, oh man, he on top of the world, classic movies, and bang, he Kurt Cobained himself, got himself out of here.
What about the level of success that he's reached where the pressure is starting to get to him, where he maybe financially has to take care of a lot of people? Maybe he feels like he's in the position where he's always in give, but no one's really checking on the strong. And I feel like maybe that's probably getting to him where it's like, man, I'm always the one in a position I got to bless and help everybody, but I have my bad days too, so I have no one to vent to. No one understands just because I got money, they think it solves all his problems.
Bro, that nigga venting on chat every day. I don't think that would be a key component. Like, I think most people deal with that when they get their money. And
he's young though.
I know, but I don't think that's enough to stress you out to where you just like you mentally breaking down.
But we talked about
this. Is what I'm saying though. Look, this is what I'm getting at. I think he has a contract and they're putting him in places to where you no longer have control of your life. To where you have to get up and do things you don't want to do.
Say things you don't want to say.
Exactly. Things that's going against your core, yourself, and you feeling this every day. So you get to a point where you losing yourself based off of what you got. It goes to that point where they say, why gain the whole world and lose your soul? Like, never sell your soul. That's why they tell you it's worth way more than that. Because you get to those points and get into that money quicker, or even not. Because he probably could have got to a level he got to without even having to take certain deals or do certain things. So I wish the best for him. Hope he can climb up out of that because it ain't no joke. And I would hate to see him, like you said, Kurt Cobain's himself. He's still young, got a lot of life ahead of him.
For sure.
But once you get around them people, he not, and this is what we talk about with the streets. You're not street smart and learn certain things the way people can manipulate you or talk to you because now they got money, they can hang over you and you quick to do things you probably wouldn't have really did or knew the consequences of what you did.
Right, because he probably was so anxious to get it. Then once you got it, you figure out this ain't what it was cracked up to be. But what you gave away to get it, you realize, damn, that was worth more. I low-key regret it, like you said, and that's eating out his soul. And I seen
because they coming after the other streamer too about the female. Y'all seen that one?
Oh yeah. I saw that too. Yeah. We could talk about that. And a lot of people, well, not a lot of people. I seen a take, and I wanted to ask y'all: do y'all think it was a side effect of him getting money too fast at a young age? Because you got to think at a young age as a male. The age he's at now, trial and error is key into building your character, right? Mm-hmm. You're trying, you're failing. You're trying, you're failing. And through those struggles, that's what builds you up and builds your character as a man. Whereas he skipping that, just straight to the riches.
I don't believe that because we go ahead, Short.
No, I was going to say that happens with childhood stars. And then on top of that too, by him being a streamer, he's streaming his whole lifestyle. So even if he does make a mistake, his mistake is on public display. He doesn't get to correct it in private and have that one-on-one talk like you did with your son when he do something wrong. He doesn't have that big father figure or to be resilient. Like, listen, you know you made a mistake. This is how we're going to overcome it. His mistakes are publicly out there and everybody criticize him. Even with the thing with what was the rapper Flower Bomb? I can't think of his name.
Wale.
How Wale's like, man, how you don't know my name? Like, it doesn't even matter if he doesn't know your name. He probably just didn't listen to your music. He probably didn't mean it in a disrespectful way, but every time he does something wrong, it just kind of get magnified to the public. And it's to the point now, maybe it's becoming overwhelming for him. Again, these kids are not as mentally strong as they used to be.
I got to negate that because I just think the world is becoming more and more soft and they're pushing this and they're programming people to be soft. So you don't have nothing, no willpower, nothing else to rely on things, because we watch people like Bow Wow, who was a millionaire at 12, 13 years old, and he's still compact enough to where he don't want to off himself. We watched a lot of these rappers that we grew up listening to. They was young millionaires. So a small portion of them was, and we watched them go through their trials and tribulations, and we never see them come out to the point where, like, depression, you couldn't afford that in the days that we came up. And I'm talking like I'm old, but when we was kids, depression was just something you just dealt with and you get over it. It wasn't about, like, I'm dealing with mental health issues, nigga.
It wasn't a thing. But
I get what you're saying, but I think Bow Wow is an anomaly because Bow Wow was around Death Row. Like, Bow Wow was damn near signed to Death Row as a kid. He was around Snoop. He had
male role models.
He had male role models that come from where we come from, that low key molded him. That was different than maybe a Macaulay Culkin or these other kids that we see that got taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying?
What I was getting to my point, I was finna say that is that maybe it's his support system. Maybe he got too many yes people around him. Maybe he don't have the strength of people that can really get up on him. Yeah,
like
he feel like, and then sometimes you gotta check yourself. He might feel like he's bigger than everybody around you because you got more money.
I think
so now you can't listen to nothing.
I think your first analysis was right, because if you go watch that video, it looks like he's reading off a script. If you notice, if someone's talking from the heart, they're gonna be locked in on that screen, and they're not gonna be like he's constantly looking down, like he's reading from a script. And then the way he's saying it, it sounds like he's reading it off a teleprompter, like he don't believe it. So like you said, you get in these doors, you get some of these deals, you start got to do things that you don't want to do. You know, we in a world right now where they're pushing all of this. You know, if you're depressed, get on these pills, get on this, get on everything outside of yourself. Be dependent on everything outside of yourself to solve your problems. So to have the biggest streamer in the world say he's dealing with it, and then next thing you know, he pop up and, oh, well, this is how I dealt with my depression. And now they pushing some type of pill or whatever this is the next thing that they want the people to follow. You know what I'm saying? I just found it odd, his body language and the way he was talking and him constantly looking down like he was reading off a script. I'm like, nah, that didn't come from him. I don't think it did.
And then it get to a point where them people, when you sign contracts, they don't care about how you feeling. You can't be depressed or this and that. You need to show up to this event. You need to do X, Y, and Z. And if you don't, we coming to collect.
But that's why a lot of them be doped up out their mind and alcoholics and things like that to numb the pain and all that, because, again, they're always on the go, always performance. They never get a chance to decompress or just have a moment to themselves to have isolation to understand who they truly are.
Bro, did y'all I hate to keep talking about Game, but did y'all see Game say that every man should give his girl at least $5,000?
So for his lifestyle, I'm not mad at him for saying that. If that's what he feels like he can afford and there's nothing for him to give, that's cool. I think that's kind of subjective. I say play within your wage. I mean, if that's what you trying to do with your girl, by all means, do it. Do I subscribe to it? No.
Game is low-key trying to clean up a lot of the things that he went through with that case.
Oh,
with them females and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong if you got it to give your girl for real,
$5K.
That's what I'm saying. Then that's a different story. But I just think, because he got to talking about real men and all that stuff, so you know why that's going on.
That's that feminism talk.
Yeah, that's the cleaning up the act stuff, in my opinion. So,
like, we got to stop taking dating advice from the rich and wealthy that are far removed.
And he's
from
not even married, right?
What it's like to be regular? No, he's not. But to tell men out here, in the climate of the world that we're in right now, that you should be giving a woman $5K is asinine and it's insane. Most couples together don't make $5K a month. The spending power of $100 right now in California is $77. So for every 100, I believe it's between $77 and $81. So that $100 bill in your hand is not really $100. Nobody out here that's working regular, average, everyday 9 to 5s has $5,000 to give to anybody.
That's
other
people
than
mortgage
bills,
or rent. Yeah.
And that's including their bills. They barely got that. They scraping up to get that. Like, people are moving back home with their parents at record rates. I'm talking full-blown adults in their late 20s and 30s because they cannot afford it. They cannot cut it. People are being priced out. So in the climate of the world today, where millionaires are saying it's ugly, for you to get on there and say, yeah, you need to be giving a bitch $5K. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
I hate when
that shit crazy.
I hate when people get to a point now, because we see it so much with the gurus and stuff like that. Like, everybody got the blueprint to relationships. Like, I just think you need to do what works for you and your girl and vice versa. Like, don't define your relationship how they do it, because just because they do it this way don't mean that's going to work for y'all. You don't have the same personality. You're not the same individual. Y'all don't have the same experiences. Now, yes, you can get words from the wise, in my opinion, but that should be maybe 1 to 3 out of 1,000 people. People go and listen to these relationship advice from women that's just out here selling y'all anything on the internet, men also, and people just go through that. Have a collective group of people maybe you can trust, and even then, limit it thin. Everybody shouldn't be in your business. 2 grown people should better figure something out, unless it's to that point where it's like you really need that advice. Outside of that, keep that in your household, and y'all figure it out and define it. Y'all should be able to figure it out, in my opinion.
Hey, Masai, can I piggyback what you just said? Comparison's the killer of all joy, what you just said.
Right.
We all not game. We're not game or JCon, whatever you want to go off at that point. We not him, and you not the girl that he's dating. We're not about to compare our relationship to a public figure. You dig what I'm saying? So let's not even do that. Let's check that. Let's nip that in the bud right then and there. That's like you said, if that's not your main chick, you spend what you can afford to do. Let's just be real. You can't afford to get your chick hair, nails, and all that shit done, but you can pay more than half of the mortgage or the rent, whatever the case may be. However y'all choose to rock y'all lifestyle and how you do your household, that's what you need to do. Don't discuss it amongst other people. Don't give people this ridiculous advice. Just do what's fit for your lifestyle, is good for your home.
And another thing he said in this interview that I found,
to me,
I found wild, because I don't want to just harp on that unless you wanted to get your last bars off.
Nah, because I was just gonna say, I forgot what I was gonna say. Go ahead.
All right, so another thing I seen, he brought up him backstabbing 50. Basically, he said people think I was disloyal to 50. Me and 50 wasn't homies like that. He downplayed the whole G Unit thing, and I don't even want to say downplayed, because maybe that's the way it really was. But his reasoning was crazy to me. He said, "I stayed loyal to the people I grew up idolizing and listening to," which was wild to me, because whether you got tossed in a group or not, these people you don't know, you just listen to. If they're not your friends either, you said 50 we wasn't homies. You wasn't homies with them either. You just listened to them and idolized them. But this person got on your album, helped promote you, let you in his group, and essentially helped you reach superstar status faster than you could have on yourself. Put you in the legendary spot on the West Coast with his assistants. Did he do it all? No. Did he assist you? Absolutely. So you're supposed to stay loyal to the person that's helping you get your family out the hood, in my opinion. Not a fucking rapper that you just grew up listening to that don't know you exist. So his reasoning for going against 50 was crazy. And then on top of that, he said, well, you know what? I never saw myself as being part of a group. I always saw myself as a solo artist. So to me, that goes back to, I believe it was Jim Jones said, Game told him he had this elaborate plan that once he blew up, he was going to go against G-Unit. So now that, to me, confirmed it, because you already knew you didn't want to be a part of the group, but I'm going to buy my time. I'm going to get to where I want to get to, and then I'm out of here.
Was it really being a part of the group, or the fact that you're not the main face of the group? Because 50 was at the biggest around that time.
Mm-hmm.
He was the biggest at that time. I'm not even going to say he wasn't. So I think people didn't like that. And then even when he was on that interview with Shannon Sharp, and Shannon Sharp mentioned the money, he said, well, 50 made more. Like
he was the face of the group,
that he said, even though he should, but even mentioning that, it's like, you feel like I should make what you make. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to be mad if I'm making 100,000 as an artist that's just, I ain't going to say just getting in the game, but allowing into your group, and you already the face. You just sold 11 million records. I mean, you damn near got us all going. You ain't gonna say damn near. All them niggas went platinum. So it's like, why shouldn't he? He's still in, and you still would have been touring right now off of 50 and G-Unit. If they all would have held together, and that's the thing about groups, in my opinion, it's like, damn, y'all can't stay together. Just imagine a Beg for Mercy tour or a real G-Unit tour, or the type of music they could have made, because y'all didn't miss together. That's what was crazy to me.
Even the soundtrack was fire, bro, when he did Get Rich or Die Trying.
But I mean, just Game and 50.
Yeah,
and I know, Game, you got to think about that stuff too, because you sat there and still bigged him up, talking about you watch Power, you fuck with his shows. So you still admire the man in a sense. Instead of just admitting that, you probably won't ever admit it, but it's like, it is what it is. It
kind of goes what I was saying the last time. Game loyalty is just questionable, no matter who it is, no matter how many assists you give him. It's like, it's never enough. 50 gave him some of the hottest hits. I remember Tony Yayo saying he gave him This Is How We Do. Like, that was supposed to be on 50 album. And they was like, bro, you go give him this? He was like, yeah, I got to help the squad. Again, 50 has a plethora of hits, but just to give him that song to help that album sell boost up. And I think if I'm not mistaken, he pushed back the Massacre album for the documentary because remember it came out the same year. So he gave him that space to kind of help him put his career and launch his career for Game.
He flourished.
Bro, this is the
Hater
thing. You
to
just
Love
look.
It. Hater to Love It is still one of the greatest
Yeah,
songs.
and
The How We Do, them was
West
bangers.
Side, you know what I'm saying?
And even
You just look where 50 is in his career and look where Game is in his career, and just imagine if he would have stuck around with 50. You even see Tony Yayo flourishing right now. You see Uncle Murder flourishing right now.
Buck
And
trying to
Uncle
make a
Murder
cut.
came
Buck
way
trying
later.
to-
in the
Hey,
game.
but you heard
Buck
what Buck
trying
said?
to make a
Hey, he
comeback.
said, I'm going back to my G unit day. Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying.
Buck wanna go back
Buck
for
makes
sure.
it clear he been wanting to go back. He ain't never negated that. He just said he had his issues. Buck probably, I don't know where you went wrong with that money stuff, but salute to you for trying to get back. I don't know if 50 fucking with you. That would be a good look though. Hopefully he can put that to the side. He's put other beefs to the side. He might got a time limit on years. You got to wait it out. So it's no different. But like you said, I'm not gonna lie, Game had fire stuff around that time. That era he was on his, when he went against that, it was fire.
Classic.
But the overall longevity, I think you might.
He would have had more. Rings.
Yeah, he would have flourished more.
Yeah, I felt like when it's like the Shaq and Kobe thing. Y'all both great individually, but together, bro, y'all could have really ran the NBA. Just like if 50 and Game would have stick together, bro, y'all could have really made like a hot ass duo album, like you said, like the next Beg for Mercy 2 or something like that. Man, that album would have been lit if you would have been completely on there.
Yeah, because Young Buck, he's stepping on Fat Joe right now. He came back with something hot. He got on that G Herbo still legit beat. Went crazy.
Two piece and a biscuit.
How y'all feel about that now? Because now more and more people are coming out and saying it ain't Joey Crack, it's Joey Cap. So they basically saying this nigga is just capping.
Hey,
about
Young
everything.
Buck said, man, is it the Ozempics or what? Come on,
Oh,
Fat
yeah,
Joe.
that
Like,
was
Well,
crazy.
Jadakiss low key let it be known as soon as he started telling the stories. If you notice, when Jada think it's cap, he'll lay down, grab the
the pillow on his
pillow,
face.
put it over his
He be
face.
like,
Go
come on.
ahead,
He be
go
like,
ahead.
come on, flag for sure on the
Yeah,
play.
go ahead, go ahead.
And I'm gonna say this though, I do like Fat Joe stories sometimes. But what I'm gonna say is, I guess it's for people that was involved and you making them look bad. I think that's where he going wrong with the capping. When you cap on your own stories, like you said, he hit the gym and stuff like that. Got everybody in the gym, help them niggas move their book bag. Like we know you capping outrageous, but it's like he put a lot of truth in his stuff, but then you over exaggerated with the cap. So the cap overpowers any truth that was in it. So and then you got all other people coming out saying like, nigga, this nigga's capping. So it's just like, damn, cuz like, don't cap your way all the way out the game.
I think that's going to be his character because it's content at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Now it's going to be Cap Joe. I mean, he's no longer rapping like that. So that's going to be his new identity. I feel like him to go into this space as far as podcast wise, man, let me tell these Cap stories. This is what the fans want to hear. I mean, I was around. I mean, he's been
You
around.
think he's telling the Cap story, or you think once he started getting the name as being Cap? Because you know they was already
He's embellishing it now.
Yeah,
And now he's taking on a role of like, you know what? If this is what the fans want and it's doing numbers.
That's how they already perceiving me.
Come on, bro.
I might as well go all the way out the way.
And
with
that's
it.
what I'm saying. He's giving the people what they want at this point. And I'm not even mad at that situation.
Nah,
if,
right.
if that's what's going to get them more views, because at the end of the day, it's content. It's all entertainment. If that's going to get them more views, more eyes, if they say, hey, story time with Cap Joe, and they make it a whole segment, you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
and it
facts.
blow up. Hey, bro, salute to him, because at the end of the day, I mean, he's no longer rapping currently. So that's his new avenue of getting money. Man, that's what we here for, man, to better ourselves. And
It's just content.
it is. It checks out.
But should if he's saying these stories are truth, should we have an expectation of him telling the truth? I think that's the biggest thing, but it's keeping them lit because so many people think like these are truth stories, then they kind of be capped when people combat them.
I think if he continues to use real people names, especially like rappers that can come back to it, I think it's gonna make it more interesting. Because I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't checking for Young Buck.
Not
And
at
don't get me
all,
wrong,
not
but,
at
hey,
all.
Buck is dope too. When I was in the G Unit, that Straight Outta Cashville album go hard. But what I'm saying is, if that's gonna bring cats like Young Buck out to rap, if he's gonna bring stories like that and it's gonna bring cats out there to start dissing at him and make good music, I'm all for it.
Shout out to Saratoga, man. Best water in the world.
Shit. Hey, what was the dude name?
Hey, I
Check
thought
him
it was
out.
Cap. This shit right here, because I used to be a Panda water nigga. You know, because I like the water that come in the glass bottle. That plastic shit.
Oh, that's the shit they was
I'm
making
cool.
on the video.
Yeah. This nigga
He got
said,
influenced by that cat.
Yeah, he trying to make one of them videos, man.
He gonna
Shout out
start
to
putting
Saratoga,
he
man.
gonna start putting a banana peel on his face.
This and Panda water, best water in the world. But you low key only could really get this when the kids is gone, cause you know they get to drinking this shit up and this shit expensive, nigga.
Nah, that's facts.
No,
man.
we was talking about with the Joey Crack thing. You know, now that he embellishing it, do you feel like it's gonna be good for the content game, or do you feel like?
I mean, anytime you get on the camera and you exaggerate a story and make it sound crazy is good for content because that's what people want. The crazier, the better. You know, people dopamine levels is shot the fuck out by doom scrolling all day, so they're looking for something to catch them. So if you just telling a regular story the way it went, it might catch traction, it might not, depending on what happened. But if you get on the camera, yeah, I robbed 30, 50 niggas in the gym, and I had 25 of them carrying the shit from the other 25 niggas, and that shit gonna go crazy.
Is it cool to cap and lie on niggas about a story? Is that different from exaggerating? Because now you just blatantly lying when Buck and several other people came out and combated.
Lying on people, no. That's what I'm drawing the line. If you want to cap in your story,
right,
whatever, bro, it's content. But once you get the lying on other people and making them look bad with your lies, it's like, nah, hell.
But I'm kind of glad he did it though, because like I said, Buck came out on that G Herbo beat and killed it. And I'm kind of hoping
that was the beat. Yeah,
I'm not doing no capping in none of my stories, so that's just
no. I'm not saying we are, but I'm saying if that's what Joey's doing,
he's embodying that.
Yeah, if he's embellishing that shit, let him go ahead and rock with it. But if he continues to do, let's just say he just do all rappers start capping and just throw rapper names out there and they start dissing Joe, I would be a fan of that because I would like to hear more music if it's gonna bring out that inner beast in him.
50 ain't letting Buck back. It's over.
I'm not saying let him back,
50
but
ain't letting him back. Plus, he got the whole back track record with the trans that he got caught with.
That was crazy.
That's why he ain't let
it's
that.
over.
That's why he.
Then he got knocked out by Lil Sody. It's over with. So,
but him getting knocked out, I'm not. That's
rest
not
in peace,
bad.
Lil Sody too.
Yeah, hey, that's not.
He did get cracking on him, man.
Yeah, that's not bad though. But I'm gonna say that with the trans, because that was it was multiple allegations with Buck, and that's what kind of
video, nigga.
Yeah,
and this is crazy because he was the one in the picture when 50 took the picture with the trans,
and 50 hugged.
50 was like embracing him, and then Buck was way over here looking mad as hell. Then you get caught with one. It's crazy.
He was finding he was finding his sexuality then at that point, trying
50
to
know something more that he ain't put out on him. He just
look. Y'all like the video? Hype the video. We're gonna leave it on that note. We be back at y'all with another one. This ain't that other one. Hit the motherfucking like button. The movement is moving. Shout out to the black people all around the world. Shout out to all the non-black VwP members. Y'all are part of this gang too, man. Viral gang, viral way or no way. Y'all know what's going on, man. Big viral in the building.
Bang. Easy call, easy.
10-4 hat gang. Bang.
Ain't no handouts, I did it from the ground up. In the streets, thugging hardest where they found us. Got a problem, nigga, watch my troopers mount up. My bitches bang too, and you a lame though. You niggas ain't outside, yeah, we came through. You want your lights up, we put you on the shade.